This is 5.5b. We're going to talk about possible side lengths of triangles. So on the example 3, a triangle has one side length of 12 and another of length 8. Describe the possible lengths of the third side. Well, if we think about it, a triangle has a short side and a medium side and a long side. Now, of course, they could be all the same and have an equilateral triangle, but in general, this is what happens. So, we don't know about where the 8 and the 12 belongs. We could have the 8 here as the short side, and the 12 is a medium, whereas the long is really big. Then we could have the 8 as the short, 12 is long, and somewhere in between would be the medium. Or we could have the 8 here and the 12 here and have something really short for the short side. So there's a range of possible numbers for the side length. And then how can we find that range? Well, if you look at the two pictures over there, if the unknown side is the short side up here, then how can we find how much that is? Well, from the triangle inequality thing that we learned in the last video, the two sides added together has to be bigger than the third side. So we take the x, the short side, and add it to the medium side. Then it has to be bigger than the third side. So the third side has to be bigger than 12, which would be the long side. So we subtract 8 from both sides, and we get x is bigger than 4. So if we have a 3 here, it wouldn't make a triangle, or a 2, or a 1. It has to, even if we had a 4 here, it wouldn't make a triangle, because 4 plus 8 is 12, and 12 is not bigger than 12. So it has to be bigger than 4. 4.1 even, 4.8, 5, whatever, but bigger than 4. Now, we don't really have to worry about this medium up here because it'll just be in between our short side, which is 4, and then our long x, which we haven't gotten yet. So let's look at our long x. If we call x the long side, then we have possible side lengths are 8, 12, and then this long side x. So if we add up 8 plus 12, the long side has to be bigger than whatever this long side is, which is x. Solving it, we get 20 has to be bigger than x. Or if we flip around, we can say that x has to be smaller than 20. So x has to be bigger than 4 and smaller than 20. We can write that as x has to be bigger than 4 or smaller than 20, between 4 and 20. Now we don't put the lines under here because it can't be equal to 4 and it can't be equal to 20. It has to be in between it. Okay, one more example on 3 guided practice. Triangle has one side of 11 and another of 15. What's the other sides? So, just like up here, we can take those two numbers, x plus the short one, 11, has to be bigger than 15. If we subtract 11 from both sides, we get x has to be bigger than 4. If we add up the two sides, 11 plus 15, then that has to be bigger than 26. So it's between 4 and 26. And again, we write it, x is between 4 and 26. So that's how they get that answer at the bottom.